Only 6,724 fans showed up to the Wintrust Arena. We found out yesterday during the day that Angel was coming back, and I was like, wow, I can't wait for this. I mean, it's been a while. Yeah, it holds about 9,500 fans, so we're talking roughly 3,000 fans away from being sold out. It's been a while, and I'm sure you came back to a sellout crowd that could not wait to see you.
3,000 empty seats for one of the WNBA's most hyped young stars? Angel Reese returned to Chicago, and the arena was missing nearly a third of its capacity. The headline said, "Welcome back," but the turnout said, "We're not sure yet." Why didn't Reese's big comeback ignite the crowd like so many expected? Was it a problem with her performance, the team's chemistry, or something bigger about fan interest in the league?
No one else is, unless you count us laughing at your big ass over inflated head missing easy layups and getting 124 me-bounds each game. So we missed you. We missed you, Angel. You're back. You're roaring back, and I'm sure you came back and led the Chicago Sky to victory. To see the return of Angel Reese and the defeat of the Chicago Sky against the Storm.
Let's break down the real reason the hype didn't match the turnout. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Everyone thought this was going to be a huge moment. Angel Reese comes back after missing games, cameras are rolling, and social media already has the highlights loaded up before tip-off. But the scene inside the arena didn't look like the epic return people expected.
It's because she's making all of her layups now. Right? Right? No? That's not right? This is Angel. She's going to be going down the court. Again, she's much improved from the field. She's made so much She said, "I'm so happy to be back playing the game that I love." All right.
She steps onto the court with cheers echoing through the lower sections. But when the camera panned out, you couldn't ignore the empty patches in the stands. Whole rows had no one sitting in them, making the cheers sound lighter than they should have. For a team trying to build momentum around one of the most talked about rookies in sports, it felt off right from the start. The numbers backed it up. Attendance was announced at 6,724. That doesn't sound terrible at first until you realize the building fits about 9,500 people. That's nearly 3,000 empty seats in what was billed as her comeback. Imagine expecting to see a packed playoff crowd, people shoulder to shoulder, noise blasting so loud the microphones can't keep up.
Funny, a lot of questions going on out there around Angel the last month or so. Like, what in the bleep is going on? Exactly, why aren't you playing in games? We heard it was a back injury. The triumphant return of the product herself, Angel Reese.
Now switch that picture with wide camera shots where you see empty gray seats in the background. Gaps breaking up any section of fans that did show up. That contrast is what made the night so surprising. It wasn't silent, but it also didn't match the hype. Angel Reese isn't just another player either. She has been at the center of national promotion all season. Clips of her highlights trend on TikTok, her name stays in Twitter debates, and she gets covered by outlets far outside of traditional WNBA circles. On paper, that's the exact kind of star power franchises dream about. The kind that should draw curious fans who want to be there, just to say they witnessed it live. If the internet buzz was any indicator, arenas should be hitting capacity every time she steps onto the floor. But Chicago's reality suggested something different. And here's where the contradiction really stands out. It's not like fans in that arena didn't show Reese love. Some brought handmade signs with her number on it, others snapped videos during warm-ups, and the applause every time her name was called was real. There was passion in the building, but that passion didn't come from enough people. When you're highlighting one of the most visible rookies, shouldn't there be a line out the door? That gap between what people assumed would happen and what actually happened is difficult to ignore. So the question becomes, Was this about Angel Reese, or was it about the league itself?
I- oh, wow. 69%. 19.7 boards, of which only 3 were offensive rebounds. Angel Reese is the most blocked player in the WNBA, and believe it or not, I believe that's a real stat. I don't think that's Brick Center just clowning. I think
It's possible her style of play and the mistakes she made didn't help the atmosphere feel any bigger. But it's also clear that the WNBA, even with exciting rookies and a marketing push, hasn't completely figured out how to convert national exposure into local ticket buyers. Social media numbers don't automatically lead to butts and seats. People online can hit like on a highlight clip without ever considering buying a ticket. Think of it this way. You can scroll and watch a viral layup in 10 seconds on Twitter without spending a dime, or you can take out your wallet, drive into the city, and pay to park just to maybe see that same thing live.
now try to make a layup. Good luck with the layups. Welcome back, Reese. So pretty. And just like clockwork, Angel comes back, Cardoso's numbers go down.
For a lot of people, that decision comes down to how important the experience feels, and in this case, enough fans didn't see the in-person option as necessary. That's why this return night stands out so much. It highlights a bigger tension, the difference between looking like a mainstream breakout online and proving it in the arena. Reese's buzz reached a national audience, but in her own home market, it didn't translate into sold-out rows. You can't miss that message. It shows that no matter how much a single player trends, filling those upper sections of seats takes something more. And that same gap between the hype and reality ended up playing out not only in the crowd, but also in what happened on the court once the game got going. Empty seats might not seem like a big deal, but in Reese's case, they show something important. Hype doesn't always turn into real-world impact, and for a league still trying to grab consistent local attention, that matters.
Roaches infested LSU dorms. It would never happen at Iowa. Woo-wee! Just a mere 3,000 people short of selling out the arena. It's a shame you suck so bad. Bro, y'all lost. I mean, it was literally only 3,000 fans away from being standing room only.
You can trend online all day, but if thousands of seats are wide open, the question becomes what actually counts as success? Is it her stats? Is it ticket sales? Or is it the long-term growth she sparks for the sport? I want to know what you think. Was Reese's return underappreciated by the crowd, or was it simply too overhyped?